As the halfling rogue peers round the corner, he spies two bandits, one a human and one a hobgoblin. The rogue turns back to your party, signaling them to move up and to be ready. The faint sounds of weapons being drawn from scabbard and quiver fail to alert anyone, and the advantage is yours. As you spring round the corner and let loose a mighty cry, the human bandit goes for his blade. But the hobgoblin just shrugs and steps back to sit in a chair. Cursing, the human scoundrel flees, leaving the party alone with the hobgoblin, who waves a little and steps up and says, "Hi, Globzor, so happy to meet you. Have you been in area for long?" Welcome to RPG Story Starters. Today, to spark your imagination and get your creative ideas flowing, we're talking about taking a otherwise seemingly straightforward encounter and turning it into something intriguing. I came up with the idea of Globzor basically on the spot. He was a happy accident that sprung from one of the earlier encounters from Ghosts of Saltmarsh. The party was to encounter a couple bandit-type elements and presumably fight them, but someone in the party had the good sense to not just jump into combat, but to greet and question the bandits, and thus Globzor was born. I gave him a bit of a simpleton affect. The voice kind of came to me on the spot, but what was particularly fun about him was that he was a monster that was neutral good in my game. He could show up in the army of monsters that was about to attack a city, be able to help the characters, giving them information, and the players really ran with it and seemed to have fun and even get a little excited when Globzor showed up on the horizon. Globzor's main desire was to be accepted by humans, but he couldn't ever quite get into any favorable stances with humans due to his being, well, a race that was generally seen as bad. A ton of fun ensued. It taught me that some of the best D&D moments are when you don't have everything planned out, but rather you have pieces ready to be played with. I had a name, and the silly voice kind of came to me, and a tiny bit of background. Try it out. The next time before you run a session, make up 5 to 7 names. Use one of the mini fantasy name generators on the internet if you need some help. Pick some description flavoring such as human, eye patch, gruff voice, lilting, sing-song tone, spiky hair, tattoos, whatever. Then, when the players encounter someone in the world that isn't all that important, such as a random hobgoblin bandit, you can pull this out. See how your players react, and if it looks to be going well, consider making the NPC more of a recurring feature in your world. This NPC doesn't have to do a ton, know a ton, or be some sort of super character, but just giving a little bit more flavor to it will help your party enjoy the encounter and feel like they're not just hearing a story about a world, but feel like they are in the world, writing their own story and seeing it progress along with them. Remember, starting stories is hard, playing them should be fun.